watch collection.
It's one of the most common questions I get on this channel. What is the perfect 3 watch collection? Let me answer that today. Welcome back to the Timeless Watch channel, guys. I hope you're all staying safe out there, washing your hands, practicing social distancing, all of that stuff. Before I do anything, what am I wearing? Well, I'm still wearing the 116613. Isn't she beautiful? So what am I talking about today? Yes, this is one of the questions I get the most on the channel. What's the perfect 3 watch collection? I think people are curious about that because maybe they're embarking on building a collection, starting a collection, or they've got far too many watches and they want to reduce them down to kind of the 3 essentials, and they're wondering what my opinion is. I've shied away from the question somehow, from answering the question at least thus far. Somebody was asking in the last Q&A and I managed to duck it then, but I'm not going to duck it anymore. I'm going to get straight into it. I think it's a smarter thing if I focus on a few different budgets. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an affordable one, a kind of a mid-range, and then one for those lucky individuals who have a very fat wallet. Instead of 1 3 watch collection, I'm going to do 3 3 watch collections.
3 watch collections.
Actually, maybe I could do 4. That will give me more options.
4 3 watch collections.
But that doesn't work as well, right? 3 watch collections has a better ring to it. Okay, let's do 3. Roll the thing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I've already changed it to 4.
We'll change it back.
Okay. 3 watch collections.
But then 4 means I can include
Oh, for crying out loud.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make up my mind.
So 4.
Yes. 4. We're doing 4.
Okay.
I'm trying to give people options here.
4 3 watch collections for now.
Haha, very funny. So the first ones I'm going to do are the very affordable ones. I'm going to start with $1,000, not each, $1,000 in total. It's not very much money on a collection, but to a lot of people, $1,000 is a lot of money, especially to spend on wristwatches. So what 3 watches can you get? So for the diver, I'm going to start with the Seiko Prospex Baby Turtle Diver. It's a 200-meter water-resistant diver, rock solid, beautifully made watches. I have a couple of these myself. They're a little smaller than the regular turtle size watches, which I find to be a little large anyway. I think the baby turtles are the sweet spot there, and I love the way they kind of curve around the edges. If you move your hand like this, they'll kind of fit in that curve nicely and won't dig into your wrist or into your hand. It's a really simple and brilliant idea. I have to say, these are some of my best performing watches. They have incredible lume and they hold extremely accurate time. Fantastic stuff, and you can probably get one for about 350 bucks, maybe a little less if you try and haggle with your authorized dealer. For the dress watch, I'm going to steer you over to Tissot. I think they're a wonderful dress watch maker. The local Paramatic 80, for example, a very nicely understated watch with beautiful Roman numerals. I always like that, and you get a date in there too. These are beautifully made watches, and you can expect to find one for under 400 bucks if you look around. Now, the chronograph is the most difficult one to find in this price range because a chronograph has a lot of extra mechanics in there. If you want a mechanical chronograph, you're going to have to spend more. However, there is a good compromise called Mecha Quartz, and how that works is it has a quartz movement powering a mechanical movement. So all the chrono features work in a mechanical fashion, but at the heart of it is a quartz watch. It's a good compromise if you want that nice smooth chrono hand when you're timing things, but you don't want to spend well over $1,000 for a real mechanical chronograph. Just to keep it a little bit different, I'm going to include the blue dialed Hellgrey Silverstone, a very attractive looking chronograph with a vintage style, almost looks a little bit Tag Heuer-ish, and of course has the Mecha Quartz movement in there. That watch only costs around $300 also, so I think in total with those 3 watches you've come in just underneath $1,000. How's that?
Yeah, it's good. Keep going.
Okay. So the next budget level I'm going to look at is $10,000 for all 3 watches, and enter Omega. The Omega Seamaster 300M is one of those quintessential dive watches. This is one of my first luxury watches, and I still think it's one of the best. They have made changes to the design, some upgrades in the past couple of years. They expanded the case from 41 mils to 42. They upgraded the movement and the clasp, but I would recommend that you go look for one of the older previous versions in the 41 mil. I'm particularly partial to the blue wave dial version that was first released in 1993 with the 1109 movement, and it was upgraded to 1120 movement, and that one lasted all the way through till 2007. They come in blue and in black, and I think you can't really go wrong. You can find one of these on Chrono24 for somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. For the dress watch in this category, I'm going to steer you over to Longines, in particular the Conquest Heritage line. Super elegant, understated designs from a different era with those leaf indices and minimalist dial designs. They just scream vintage elegance and beauty while being a modern watch. One of these will only cost you between $1,000 and $1,500, and I think it's a very, very solid option as a classic dress watch. And for the chronograph in this category, I'm going to go back to Omega. The Omega Speedmaster Professional. You can't really go wrong with this watch. It is one of the most famous chronos ever. You're getting a classic chronograph steeped in history. You can have the selection of the 1861 movement or the 1863, which is the one you'll find on the open sapphire back version. You can get one for under $4,500 if you look hard enough. So there's the $10,000 3 watch collection. The next stop going up on the budget elevator is $20,000. So all 3 watches inside of $20,000. Now, of course, starting with the diver, we have to now include the Rolex Submariner. You can go for the no date, you can go for the date, you can go for the pre-ceramic or the ceramic if you can find it. One of the most iconic dive watches in history, if not the most iconic. You can find a pre-ceramic maybe around $7,000 or $8,000. And if you're lucky enough to find the ceramic from your authorized dealer, 8 to 9, and then on the grey market maybe over 10. However, you will be purchasing probably the cornerstone of your 3 watch collection right there in one fell swoop. For the chrono with this, I would go for something very different. The IWC Portuguese. It's a beautiful chrono with, of course, the small chronograph hands north and south rather than east and west. There are various different variations, blue dials, black dials, white dials and so on, but they're extremely elegant and beautiful chronographs. Now you're going to throw down $5,500 on one that is used, depending on what condition it is and which model you get exactly. You could actually just leave it at that because the IWC will second as a dress watch because it has an extremely dressy aesthetic to it. But if you do want to get a dressy watch, one of the classics at this price point would be, of course, the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Duo Face. I'm not sure you can get any more classic a dress watch, although it was originally a sports watch. They come in all sorts of precious metals, but if you do stick with a stainless steel one, just a simple classic one, you can get one for around $6,000, $6,500, leaving you roughly in total at around $20,000. The final price bracket will be $60,000, so that's basically $20,000 to spend on each watch. If you're lucky enough to be in this position, you have some very interesting options indeed. For the diver in this category, I'm going to go with the Rolex Sea Dweller. You can get it in stainless steel or in two-tone. Either way, an absolute beast of a watch. They come in 43 mils or even 44 if you go for the James Cameron model. I'm not sure there's any more robust dive watch available. If you go for the two-tone, you're lucky enough to get one at the authorized dealer, you're looking at around $17,000. For the dress watch in this category, I can only recommend, of course, a Patek Philippe Calatrava. The 5196 in rose gold will come in nicely, right around your budget there, around 21,000. It truly is everything you need in the minimalist and simplistic, but also elegant dress watch. Patek Philippe, of course, is one of the high-level horology brands, and to have one in any collection, be it a 3-piece collection, a 10-piece, a 100-piece, doesn't matter. When you have a Patek Philippe, it pretty much outdoes everything else you have. And for the chronograph, if you have roughly 20,000 to spend, I can only recommend the Rolex Daytona, one of the most iconic watches in the history of horology. The Daytona comes, of course, in stainless steel, two-tone, and various different gold options. They can reach above your budget if we're sticking strictly to this budget, but you can pick yourself up a two-tone for somewhere around $17,000, $18,000, maybe a little less depending on the condition. And if you want a stainless steel one, although the retail price is a fair bit under 20, you'll be looking at spending around 20 or a little bit more because they simply aren't available from authorized dealers. So that's the 3-watch collection if you have 60,000 to spend in total. How was that?
Not bad.
Not bad? What was wrong with it?
Well, you avoided the question a little bit. It's a simple question. 3 watches, that's all they want to know.
Yeah, but I wanted to give them options. I was thinking the more options I give, it'd be better for more people.
Yeah, but you could make it a simple answer too.
Well, okay, you do it if you want, if you think you can do it better.
All right. For a diver, the Rolex Submariner Pre-Ceramic, the best model available. See if you can get the one with no holes case. It's more elegant. For a dress watch, the classic JLC Reverso Duo Face. Perfection. And for a chronograph, the Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch. Make sure you get the Hasselblad version. That's the classic. Done.
That was pretty good, actually, I have to say. It's not
You
bad.
see?
Yeah. Good job. Maybe you're better at this than I am.
You know it.
Yeah, well, maybe you should start your own channel then. How about that?
Maybe I will.
Yeah, well, do it. Good luck with that, because I'll tell you one thing, you don't have a face. You just have a voice, you know? That's a slight disadvantage.
Some of the best channels only have voice.
Like who?
Watchfinder, ID Guy.
Oh, yeah. They are good channels. Well, good luck to you then. Great.
I'll make real watch reviews while you go out and show people Italy and architecture. Oh, look at this bar. I think I need another glass of wine.
Such a dick, man.
What an excuse for a drink. A watch channel.
Oh, I hate you. Are we done here?
Yes.
Great. So I can finish up the episode finally, yeah?
Yes. Tell them to like and subscribe.
No, I don't do that on this channel.
Why not?
Because it's, I don't know, it's like shameless self-promotion.
Oh,
It cheapens it. I don't know. I don't like it.
well, you should.
Yeah, well, I don't. If people don't want to subscribe, they don't want to. I figure if you want to do something, you'll do it. When people tell me to do that on a channel, it turns me off. I don't do it.
Oh, you're so full of valor. Guys, like and subscribe and hit the bell.
No, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. I don't mean that at all, okay?
He does.
Don't do, like, you do whatever you want. If you like the video, click like. You mightn't even be bothered. It's all good.
You know, there's a lot of people watching your channel who don't like and subscribe.
Yeah, well, I choose standards before subscribers, all right?
Oh, please.
But people don't need telling, okay? You don't need to tell them to do things like that.
Yes, you do.
Oh, you don't?
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
yes, you do.
Okay, so hopefully that answered your question. Once again, thanks for watching the Timeless Watch
Like
channel.
and subscribe and hit
Thanks for watching the Timeless Watch channel, guys. I will see you in the next one. All right, me and you need to have a talk.